dead. She can cut it here. She can cut it there. Whew. Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm Colin, and this is my Tourette story. I first started having tics when I was about 7 years old. I had some eye tics, and it felt like I had to stretch them. Like I was like move them like this and like this, and I had no idea what it was. Everyone thought it was just allergies. I went to the doctor, and they thought it was just allergies. I took Claritin for it, and it never helped. But it only came around in the spring, so that made it seem like it was allergies. And it kept going away, and eventually I started getting vocal tics. And I started getting vocal tics in about the 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade, and I just started squeaking like that, a little squeakier. And that was concerning for my parents especially. And so we went to the doctor eventually when it started getting really bad. And I got diagnosed with Tourette's. And so since then I've developed coprolalia, so I cuss a little bit. And I've done tongue stuff. I do plays, like I did a play called Tom Sawyer, and I did
Country Boy, I Love You.
And that was really embarrassing. So I've had eye stuff, tongue stuff, I cuss and stuff, shit. And I developed a head tic, so I go like this. And that's about all my tics. I'll also flip people off a lot. So like, I'll be driving in the car, and like I'll stick my hand out the window, like flip drivers off, and that's super embarrassing. But it's like I can't do anything about it. So after I got diagnosed, this is about 2 years ago or like a year ago, I went to a Center of Excellence in Columbia, South Carolina. And so that means the Center of Excellence means that they have a CBIT therapist and a Tourette's doctor. So I went to the Tourette's doctor first, and she said that yes, you have Tourette syndrome, and here's some medicine for it. And the medicine I first got on was Abilify, and the Abilify made me really tired and blurred my vision, and so I couldn't do that. And then I went on to Haldol, which is another antipsychotic. And that's really helped me a lot. My Tourette's is 1,000 times better with the Haldol than it was without any medicine. And then I started therapy, and the therapy is called CBIT. And what CBIT is it means that it's a competing response therapy. So if I have a tic to raise my arm up, the competing response is to put my arm down, and for a minute, if you hold it for a minute, then the urge will start to go away. And so if you do that, you can do that for all your tics. Like for verbal tics, you can control your breathing in a certain way and move your tongue in a certain way, and your tics will start to go away, and it helps a lot. So I'm a senior in high school. Well, I'm a rising senior in high school, and I'm homeschooled right now. I wasn't homeschooled from 8th to 11th grade. I just started getting homeschooled and halfway through 11th grade because I moved towns. But I was in a very small school. There was 4 kids in my class. It was a small Christian school, so I had 4 kids in my class. I knew everyone in the school. I knew all my teachers really well. So my Tourette's was really good for that. And then when I got to this new town, I went to a big Christian school. There was about 900 kids there. So I had about 60, 70 kids in my class. And that was really bad for my Tourette's. It got really bad. I was having really loud vocal tics. My Tourette's just got really bad. And so I don't know why it happened, but it was just a stressful situation, I guess. And when stress enters your life, your Tourette's gets a lot worse. So I got pulled out of that school for a couple of different reasons. One, because I don't need many classes to graduate, but another reason is because my Tourette's was just really bad, and I was distracting the other kids, and it wasn't a good environment for me. So now I'm homeschooled, and I'm taking online dual enrollment courses. Another stressful situation is taking the SAT. So if you don't know what the SAT is, you basically go and sit in a room for 4 hours, it's quiet, and you take a math and English section, and it's for admissions in college. And so that's super stressful, and my Tourette's gets really bad when I take the SAT. I've taken the SAT twice and the ACT once, and I'm planning on taking it again. So it's very stressful. My Tourette's got really bad during it. It's very hard to focus on the SAT when you have Tourette's, because all you can think about is suppressing your tics, that you can almost not focus on the test. So that's super stressful, and it's really hard, but I'm gonna get in my own room and my own like extra time so I can focus on the test rather than focus on my tics. And so that's gonna be really helpful for my tics and getting a better score. Another factor is sleeping. So if I don't sleep well the night before, my tics are really bad during the day, and I like have a lot of eye tics and a lot of vocal tics, and I flip people off a lot. But if I sleep really well, my tics are more likely to be reduced. Something else that helps me is sports. So I'm playing tennis or ultimate frisbee, which is sports I play. I also play basketball. My tics go down and they're almost unnoticeable. I do some eye ones, like when I'm shooting free throws in basketball, but that's about it. So I do very minimal vocal tics, very minimal I have some head tics and eye tics, but that's about it. And I don't really even realize that I'm doing it because I'm focused on something else, so it's almost unnoticeable to me, even though it's noticeable to other people. I also play the piano, and so my tics almost go away when I play piano, and that's really helpful, and I can almost just focus on my piano and leave everything else out. Also, listening to music really helps. So if I'm like in the car and I turn on music and like I'm just singing along and like really getting into the music, my tics almost go away completely. So like when I'm singing and like jamming out to music, my tics are so good. So I plan on being a psychologist. I plan to go to a college, probably Clemson University, but I'm not sure yet. I'm still looking. And I'm going to major in psychology and become a psychologist. And I want to do child psychology and mainly CBIT therapy, which is the Tourette's therapy. So I want to help kids with Tourette's and different tics and help them cope with it, and just help everyone. No, don't help everyone. Cut that there. Don't let me say that. I don't want to say.
What about world peace? How do you feel about world peace?
No. But I want to help people with Tourette's and show them that even though they have Tourette's, they can still have a life and be successful in what they do. So bullying. I haven't been bullied that much, honestly, because I've just been in a small school most of my life. But I've definitely had people talk to me and say mean things to me. Like, I was at the changing of the guard in Washington, D.C. And if you don't know what that is, it's a ceremony where for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers, so for every soldier that has gone missing in action and died, or has gone missing, it's a tomb for them. And they have a guard that constantly guards it no matter what. Hurricane, snow, lightning, no matter what, there's always a guard there. And every hour they change the guard. And people all around come and watch this ceremony. And it's very strict, and you're supposed to be very quiet. And obviously, as soon as I say that, people are like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be awful. So I used to be very quiet during the ceremony, and I had my tics during the ceremony. And people were like, oh my gosh, what is he doing? They were giving me weird stares and telling me to be quiet. And it was very stressful for me. And I was like, I was just kind of ignored everyone. It was like, did suppress the tics the best I could. But it was really hard, and that's one of the most embarrassing situations I've ever been in, because it was just, I want to be respectful, but at the same time I couldn't help what I was doing. So at my work, I work as a barista, and so that means I make coffee for people. And when I'm engaging with a customer, I don't take almost at all, but sometimes I do. I'll do like a head tick or an eye tick, hit. And people will notice, and they're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm sorry, I had Tourette's. And they're like, oh, okay, and they're very understanding. So people are understanding of Tourette's when they understand like what it is, and sometimes I have to explain what it is, and that's okay, and it just helps educate people. My advice for people with Tourette's is just be yourself. Don't let other people tell you what you can't do, and don't let them make you feel bad for having Tourette's. It's not something you can control, and it's not something that you can help. So don't let them make you feel bad for taking and having Tourette's, because that's not fair to you, and it's not fair to them either. So just be yourself, take away, and enjoy life.